Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do our health goal 1, and we're going to turn it into a spreadsheet. So we're going to learn how to enter data and do simple formulas. Green means go, red means stop, any color means you need to read and learn. Alright, write this down, hit pause and write that down. Alright, so here's what we got to do. We got to make a folder and do this thing. So what you have to do is you need to go into log into your Google Drive, okay, and you should make a new, if you haven't done this already, make a new folder and call it Life Skills, right? So you have a folder called Life Skills. And then you double click on this folder of Life Skills, go inside there, and then you make a new folder called Spreadsheets. Okay, so folder, and we'll call it okay, and then click create. I already did. Okay, and so then in here we're going to make a spreadsheet. So we're going to go new Google Sheet, and we're going to call it Health Goal Log 1. Okay, so you're going to make a new sheet called Health Goal Log 1. Okay, but I've already done all that. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, Google Sheets is a spreadsheet program that is used to store and organize data. So what we're going to do is take your data from your goal log and we're going to store it in the Google Sheet. So we're going to add all this stuff. Okay, so what it's going to look like is this. So we're going to put specific goal for week of September 16th or whatever the first week is. Okay, you're going to put date, goal rating, reason for rating of goal. Now these are my own particular ones, so don't do these yet. Okay, leave these blank. Okay, you don't put in the dates yet. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Okay, you can put in the first date if you want. Okay, so you can, if you want to go to your goal log and add in your ratings for the first week, you can. Okay, these are labels: total, average, high, low, most often. Okay, so you can add these labels in. Okay, get that done, and then we'll keep going. Hit pause, do that. Okay, so now we're going to do all this stuff. Okay, we're going to format the spreadsheet and make it look nice. Alright, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on these cells, right, and you're going to change the color to be a nice shade of green. And then you're going to change the text color to be white. And then you're going to change the font size to be bigger. Well, you can do whatever you want. Okay, and then I'm going to merge and center these. We need to merge and center these. So we click on this and it merge it into one thing, and then we'll center it. Okay, so now instead of a bunch of different cells, these are all one big long cell, and we can center that in this whole thing. Alright, so same thing, change the colors, change the font. Okay, now if you notice on this one, I had to adjust it. It was like this, and then I wanted it like this. And then the other thing is, it used to be clipped. I didn't like that, and so I needed to change that to the wraparound. Okay, and then we centered it, all that sort of thing. Okay, so another thing you can do, by the way, if you want, I don't know if you want to, but if you want to, you can click on these things and you can add some lines, some grid lines. Okay, but I don't really like that. That looks ugly to me, so I'm going to undo that. Okay, so at any rate, change the colors here. It's always nice, a lot of times it's nice to have a line underneath the total, okay, so, or above the total. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to give those all a nice line above, and then I'll change the thickness. Change the thickness of it to, I can do dashed if I want. Anyway, it's hard to see because of the darkness. Okay, so we got it all nice and formatted. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, and one more thing. We got to click on this and rename it, and name it Health Goal Log 1 or Health Goal 1. Okay, so we're going to name, there's multiple sheets in here, but we want to name this one sheet that we're working on. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, a formula takes, write this down. Alright, so the question is, what does the fill handle do? Well, I'm going to show you. So we have this date. Do the date like this, right? Whatever date goes here, 9-16-2015. Well, Google Sheets recognizes that as a date. So if you grab on the fill handle, well, actually, we'll click here. We're going to make a formula. We're going to say, hey, a formula always starts with equals. And we're going to say, hey, I want this cell to equal this cell plus 1. And I hit enter. Okay, so it just says, oh, okay, if you're taking a day and adding 1 to it, must be the next day. So we can see it put the next day. Now I'm going to use the fill handle, and I'm going to copy that formula down. And what that does is, if you look, it's taking cell A3, which is this cell, adding 1. Okay, and if you look at this one, it just adjusts it. It's going to take A4 plus 1. So it basically just took this formula and copied it down here and then adjusted it. You notice this, it's not the same. That's A3. That one's going to be A4. That one's going to be A5, so on and so forth. All right. What does the fill handle do? It copies whatever is in one cell down to the next. Okay. Okay, add your data. So here's what you do. Include your goal ratings on a scale of 1 to 10. Include your reasons. Must be at least 4. Take your time and make these good. Use the fill handle to copy these formulas to your reason 2. Okay, so basically what that means is this. It means you have to come up with at least 4 reasons for your rating. So I gave myself a 5, okay, and that's because I either did weight training or no workout, ate healthy, ate poorly, or ran, okay? So these are the reasonings behind my ratings. And I'm going to eventually put in yes or no, but don't do that yet. Okay, so it takes a little time and make those nice. If you don't understand that, ask me. But you have to come up with the reasons behind your goal ratings for these dates, okay? Okay, skip this. That's a mistake. Skip that part. Okay, a cell is a rectangle that holds data or a formula. A row is a horizontal group of cells. Add a row after each date so that you have a room for multiple reasons. Okay, write that down and then do this. Okay, so this is a cell. It holds either data or in this case, like this one, it holds a formula. Okay, and a row, so this is a horizontal grouping of cells. That's a row. So we're going to add a row. So I'm going to go insert row above. I'm going to keep doing that. Insert, putting a row above. So we're putting in a blank line. Insert row above. Insert row above. Insert row above. Insert row above. And finally on this one up there, insert a row below. Insert row below. Okay, so we've ended our extra space. And the reason is because I want to be able to, on this date, for me, like on one day I ate poorly and I did no workout. That's why I gave myself a 5. Okay, but let's take a look at the next thing. Okay, so we're going to do some data validation. Okay, so the way we do this is this. So I'm going to click on the reasoning right here. Okay, and I'm going to say, hey, I want this to be, I'm going to go to validation. Okay, and I want to, the criteria is I'm going to click on a list from a range. Okay, and I want it to be, these are my reasons. And I click OK. All right, and then I save that. Okay, so now, and then I'm going to take this formula and I'm going to copy it all the way down. Okay, so now if I click in here, the reason is that I had no workout and I ate poorly. So basically it creates a drop-down list box from these reasons here. Okay, and so go ahead and then go through here and fill those out. Okay, so this is what mine looks like when I've added in all my reasonings through the drop-down list. Okay, so now the next thing is, so in part 1 we stored and organized data and used the data to create calculations.